Chapter 5, Lesson 2. Today's goal, to convert fractions to decimals. And there's a couple words to write down first, which actually these two words came up when we were learning about rational numbers the other day. And the first word is terminating decimal. Terminating decimal is if you're dividing a fraction, like this one has 5/8, top number on the inside. You divide, and you end up with a 0, nothing left at the end. It ends with 0. I put a little picture of Fancy Nancy over here. Do you know her? She has fancy names for things. If you've ever watched the show with a younger brother, sister, cousin, neighbor, she has fancy names for things. This terminating decimal is a fancy word for ends. Definitely pause if you're going to need more time. If it's not terminating, then it falls under this category of repeating. We also talked about this when we talked about rational numbers. Repeating decimal, the same block of digits, repeats infinitely. It might be 0.82828282, and I'm going to write that with just the block. And then I'm going to put the sign above it. The same block of digits. So some people accidentally put 0.828 with a line over it. That actually means something different. That means 828, 828, 828, 828. So just the block that you see, or 0.731, 731, 731, 731. So just that block of digits repeats infinite times. And the line above it is the symbol for infinite times. Go ahead and pause if you're not quite ready. So, like I said, our goal is to convert fractions to decimals. When we do that, we will either get a terminating decimal or a repeating decimal. And here's our strategy. Strategy 1. I want to make that a decimal. The easiest strategy of all. You have it memorized. You've been practicing a fourth or 0.25 like a quarter for a really long time. You just know it, you have it memorized. I hope you also have half and 3/4 memorized. And some of you even have more of them memorized, which is awesome. The more that you can put in strategy 1 of just know it, the easier math is for you. Okay, strategy 2. I want want to make this a decimal number. First of all, notice there's a whole number. And whole numbers always go before the decimal. So I can preview down here a little bit. Whole numbers always go before the decimal. So that actually wasn't a strategy. The strategy is to use the place value, the tenths, the hundredths, the thousandths, the 10,000s, etc. Etc. means so on and so on. So here I see 3/10. Tenths, hundredths, thousandths, 10,000s. Oh, I just need tenths. What number goes in this tenths place? 3/10. Strategy 3. What's the whole number? There isn't one, which is a lot of times you see people putting a 0 there. Now, fifths. Some of you might have that memorized like the just know it. If not, use the place value chart. Where's the fifths place value? You're telling me there isn't one? That's ridiculous. Good news though, some of you are thinking this already, I can tell. There is no fifths place value, but we could turn 5 into 10 or 100 or 1,000. So then I can go up here and use the tenths place. Tenths place. Well, there's a lot of places over here, but I really only need the tenths place. What goes there? 6/10. Fourth strategy. Usually in a full class that's standing in front of me, 2 or 3 people know the eighths as a just know it number. Everyone else gets bummed out because there is no eighths place and 8 cannot be turned into 10 or 100. So they get bummed out about strategy 4. Sometimes there is just no way around it. Especially some of the ones coming up. No one has them memorized. Me neither. That's just the way it goes. Remember, I cannot tell you how many times people put the wrong number in the inside and they get mad at me because their division wasn't working out. top number on the inside. Top number on the inside. Top number on the inside. Are you dividing? Pause and divide if you're not already. Eight does not fit into 7, but it fits into 7D. I'm going to run out of room. Oh, I made a mistake too. $1.875. So these are the strategies that I'm going to have to refer to today, tomorrow, January, February, 8th grade, 9th grade. Hopefully, the more you practice, the more you can put in that just know it category. But until then, we got to use all 4 categories. Go ahead and pause and find some decimals. I hope you said there is no 20th place, but I can turn that into a 100th place. Do you need a side problem? Fine. Hundredth place has 2 places. I hope you said there is no 25th place, but I can turn that into 100. Do you need a side problem? Do a side problem. Hundredth place has 2 places. 7/8. Oh, we just did that one a minute ago. 0.875. I love when those repeats show up, don't you? Next ones. Pause and go. Some people might have 2/3 in the just know it strategy. I do. I've been practicing math for a long time. Let's say 33 years. Yikes, I'm old. If you don't know it, that is fine. Totally fine. But you cannot sit there and do nothing. You got to start dividing. Please do not do this. First of all, I know you cheated and used a calculator. Because you don't actually get a 7 when you divide this. You get What block of digits repeats? Just a 6. So that 0.6 repeating should be my answer. 15/11. I highly doubt you have that memorized. I do not have that memorized. I need to do a side problem. You need to do a side problem. Does 11 fit into 1? No. Does 11 fit into 15? Yes. Does 11 fit into 40? Yes. Does 11 fit into 70? Yes. Does 11 fit into 40? Yes. I see something. What's repeating? Just the 3 and the 6. Not 3, 6, 3 repeats. Just the 3 and the 6. Last ones. Pause right here. It might take you 4 minutes to do 4 problems. Who cares? There's not a time limit for learning. Ready, go. Sometimes you just gotta tough it out, people. Sometimes you just gotta tough it out. Hey, I keep getting the same thing. What repeats? 77? No. Just 1 7 repeats. Two 10. What? You mean I have to do a side problem? Or an above problem? I guess big, it worked out. Oh, too big. I'm running out of room. I hate when that happens. Oh, I found a repeat. Not a repeat. I found a terminating one. Not a repeat. I found a terminating one. Last one. No room. Another repeating one. If you haven't guessed by now, you will be turning fractions into decimals. Some of them will repeat. Some of them will terminate. I think I could have made that prediction way back here. You'll be turning fractions into decimals. Some of them will terminate. Some of them will repeat. I should see a page full of division, people. Talk to you later.